Club Beer Review with your host, the fabulous Shag Dog.
And the fantasmical Jammer. I just said fantabulous.
You got a brand new word you just created, fantasmical.
Fantasmical.
We're doing Snob the Slob.
Slob. Yeah.
Klob the Snob.
You got it. Snob the Slob by 7th Sun Brewery here in Florida, Dunedin. It's not on Beer Advocate, so...
It's not even on their website yet. It's a brand new beer out.
Yeah, it's got a couple of reviews on Untapped.
Not even on Beer Advocate.
Yeah, 6.5% ABV. Supposedly it's a sour, some type of sour.
I'll tell you just in a second. Oh, I spilled some.
Uh-oh.
Terrible.
Almost on the mic.
All right, so raspberry, blackberry, apricot, imperial stout with lactose, vanilla, and cara orange.
So it's a stout on the can, huh?
Imperial.
It doesn't say
Sour.
imperial sour? Oh.
Imperial sour, I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
In black tea and backwards baseball cap, Caleb, a.k.a. Klob, may be a bit hipster. He may mew your beer choices. He may loathe your idea of fruity sours while waxing poetically on the merits of IPA. He may not be a ginger, and he may even have been called a beer snob a time or two. But Klob is our favorite day-walking beer-tending beer snob. And this imperial fruited sour, loaded with lactose and vanilla, is dedicated to you, our dear Klob, your favorite. We wish you heaps of success and happiness in your future endeavors. So Klob, what do you think of this beer? It's all right. Klob.
Oh.
All right, I think that's an inside thing.
Yeah.
More so.
Somebody works there probably.
And then
the guy at the liquor store who told me about it, he goes, "There's a good sour over there. It's called Slob the Knob."
Yeah.
Slob the Knob, but it's Klob the Snob. Mm-hmm. And I told him, actually, I said something like, "What, you think of your wife when you said that? It's called Klob." And then I said, I was like, "Oh shit!" I said, "It's his wife."
It says beer for the Sunshine State.
I felt bad because I was like, "Oh, you think of your wife when you thought of that beer?" And I was like, "Oh my god, that's so offensive." He could have a boyfriend.
Yeah. And who cares?
Right. But he was like, I said, you might want to watch who you say that to, when I come in there and slap the knob.
So it is an unusual, unique looking beer. I mean, it's got raspberry.
It looks really weird.
You know,
we had one beer before. It was supposed to be like some weird Halloween beer. It was supposed to look like blood. I forget what kind it was, but this is even more red than that.
Got that raspberry, blackberry look, you know.
Almost a velvet red, I guess.
Yeah.
A little bit. Not quite.
It does have a raspberry, blackberry smell with a little vanilla.
Oh, it smells weird. Almost like a wild.
Very sour.
Yeah.
Yeah, wild sour. You know, you ever had? Remember we had the wild
ales? Yeah, the wild sours.
Yeah. Yeah, let's just dive right in and.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, my mouth is kind of watering from the smell, so. And it's amazing. Your mustache is like just wanting to jump off your face.
From the smell.
From the smell.
Yeah. Nothing to do with the humidity or my sweating. It's the smell of the beer.
Whoa. Oh boy, that's actually very, very fruity.
Yeah.
Raspberry, blackberry.
Girls would love
it. It actually tastes good.
I don't like it, but girls would love this.
I like it.
That's what I said.
And I like girls, so I'd be hanging out with them.
Some men might like it too.
You hear me?
Too sour for me.
You can hang out with the men all you want. I'm going to hang out with the girls, and I'll drink the Klob the Snob.
And get your knob slob.
I'll get my knob slob on.
I wouldn't drink this. Boy, this is sour.
I get a little vanilla in there, but the raspberry and blackberry very prominent. And it's not super sour, but you know what really would give it a little twist and a unique little jab a little lime.
I don't know.
You know, raspberry and lime, blackberry and lime.
Yeah.
Toss a little lime in there.
Maybe a little coconut too.
No need any coconut. Raspberry, blackberry.
This shit's hit my stomach, and I feel my stomach turning.
Well, that's good. It needs a turn once in a while.
Very sweet, sour.
How much fast food you eat?
Kind of a little bit bitter, bittersweet. A little bit bittersweet. Life is, this beer is bitter, this beer is bittersweet.
Bittersweet, more sweet than bitter,
More
bitter
sour.
than the sweet.
More sour than the sweet, but yeah.
Bittersweet, surrender.
That's a shame. When was the last time they came out with
Broken
that?
hearted Savior.
What year did they come out with a studio album? Last year they came out with one. Have they done one recently? Or
Yeah.
They have. So they're still around. Whereas 7 Mary 3, who I like, one of my favorite 90s bands into the 2000s, last one they came out with was like 2008 studio album. Then they had a live one.
Yeah, Big Head Todd has been around since the
80s.
Yeah, and they have had a couple of real big hits.
Yeah.
Bittersweet and Beautiful World.
Not bad music. It's nice, easy listening rock almost. You know, it's kind of like. I've only heard Bittersweet and that's because you played it. I don't know if they're more of a southern western type.
Broken Hearted Savior.
Kind of a bluesy rock, contemporary rock band or something.
They're just bluesy rock, alternative type.
Easy listening, almost like not really reggae, but they could probably go that way if they wanted to.
But they get into rock in some of their songs too.
But they could go either genre. Like you could just tell some of their songs, they could just jump right over to something else probably.
But they stick to blues, rock.
Yeah.
And what's amazing is that every year they do Red Rocks concert out in Colorado.
Wow. Yeah, 7 Mary 3 is broken down to their last couple of years is like doing play. They were down at the Hard Rock Casino down there in Tampa.
Mm-hmm.
They were at the Leesburg Bike Fest. So that's what they like resorted to at that point. Maybe occasionally they might have something like the House of Blues or something, but they weren't doing any big venues or anything.
Take a sip of that. Tell me if, like near the end, are you picking up corn?
Oh. Let's see what he's saying there.
It's like they're masking a cheap.
Did you watch my last solo video I did?
Mm-hmm.
You should have.
What? You paid homage to Jammer?
Yeah. I talked about Jammer doesn't like adjuncts, and now he's like every beer, this has corn in it. Euro lagers, pilsners. You taste that corn?
That's because they're trying to cheapen it down.
Yeah. Oh, they're going to do that. But they shouldn't be doing a beer like that. It's brand new.
All of them are trying to cheapen the beer in order to make more profit.
Yeah. It's like all companies. They do.
See, when you've got a company like this, a small company, and you're building a following, you should stop thinking about the profit so much as the beer.
Yeah, wait for about 20 years at least.
Mm-hmm. Because I'm going to tell you, the beer is going to get you the profit.
Right. Those German beers, made them the same way all these friggin' hundreds of years, right?
And look at those breweries.
Still thriving.
Still thriving. And you know what?
Ain't cheaping it down. Still using the same ingredients. Same
process.
Right height boat, you know.
Following the same process that they
the prices might have gone up over the years, of course.
And the packaging may have gotten better.
They're not cheapening it down just to satisfy satisfy their own pockets, I guess.
Count it.
Yeah.
And I understand money can be tight and you're looking at ways to do it, but remember one thing. You're being a craft brewery. That means you're not the mainstream. A craft brewery is a startup brewery, specializing and doing something special.
Right.
Specializing.
And pretty much you're hoping that your local people like it so much, and then you spread out eventually. You know?
And you gain a following from
Yeah.
everybody. And they do. People love to support these local breweries, you know, and get them the
I understand
business.
costs, distributors' costs, and all that kind of shit. But don't cheapen it up, man. Just pay the price, raise the price up a little bit for the beer, 10 cents, whatever you got to do, you know, to cover that. Don't cheapen the beer and make it horrible, because now you're going to, after a while, people are like, oh, that's not Schlitz, that's shits.
See, I'm picking up that, like, there's a little corn at the end, like they've cheapened it down. Because they made it with such flavor, that raspberry and blackberry, which I know couldn't have been cheap. And you add vanilla too. That's not cheap.
I know what you're
You got
saying.
that little bit of orange in there, but
Now, I'm not picking up the corn taste like you are, but I am picking up the mouthfeel almost like of it, but I'm not picking up the taste of it. You know, it's like the mouthfeel of it in the background, the back end,
it's really at
but
the
I'm not
very
getting the taste.
the very end of the of your drink. If you just, as you're letting that flavor, you know, and you're swallowing even after the drink.
I like to know what they have in there, because to me it does, like you say, but to me it's more of a mouthfeel of it instead of a taste.
It's like corn,
It could be.
and I think that
You should call the
ruins.
800 number up,
That ruins.
like I did one time. You should call them up. Is there a number in there? You should do it. They're local too. Say hi, I'm Jammer of the Spitter Salt Beer.
Well, but it's so freaking new. They probably don't even know it.
Let's see if they got a phone number on their website. That loser website.
I should just go down there.
Yeah.
We should just go down there together.
I'm not driving that far.
Dunedin,
That's what, like, Pinellas?
Nebraska Avenue in
Was
Tampa.
it? I thought Dunedin was in Pinellas County.
1012, right there, 6809 North Nebraska Avenue, Tampa.
So that's in Tampa, actually. They made this.
1012 Broadway, Dunedin.
Huh. Come on, Magic Beer, do your cure.
All right, so what are you going to grade this as? Or
You know?
grade? What kind of grade will you give it?
For what it is, supposedly an imperial sour. I don't know if there's such a thing. I don't. AB wasn't even that high, actually. What was it?
AB was.
ABV was 6.5. Did it say that on can? Untapped, it says 6.5.
No, it doesn't even say it on the can.
If Untapped is right, 6.5.
I'm surprised because you know what? It should say it on the can.
Yeah. And would it be an imperial? Usually that's when it gets a little higher. I don't know imperial, but yeah, who knows? But an imperial sour, I don't even know if there's actual such. I'm not even gonna look it up on Beer Advocate. But according to, I don't even know what that was. Anyhow, I'm gonna give it a.
It doesn't even say the.
Well, you should get the 800 number. Call them. Complain.
What kind of packaging is that?
I mean, we've done a couple beers by
See, that guy's going like.
Yeah.
What kind of packaging is that?
Let's see what kind of beers we've done. They got a lot of beers, actually. We've done a couple by them. What is the guy doing? That must be. They said a story about the Klob guy, so there's a picture of the Klob.
All right, so like I said, what kind of grade?
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a.
I'm gonna give it a straight up B. Questionable with the corn.
I'm not a big sour fan, but for a sour, it's not real bad. I'm gonna go with a B- in a swallow.
Yeah, swallow.
I like the color of it, definitely.
The color is really kind of unusual.
Yeah, I've always seen like one beer come close to that. Not even that close.
Yeah. And I do think the color's cool.
Yeah, we had some Halloween blood beer or something. It was supposed to look a little bit like that.
All right. Excitement abounds. We're sparing no expense, people. We got beers galore. We're just waiting for Shag Dog to finish this one so we can move on to the next one. Got a lot of activity out there with the rescue and police.
See, it wasn't just my neighborhood back in the day. It was all the neighborhoods around there. Okay. but especially during
Your
snowbirds.
neighborhood is spread.
You don't hear that too much during, but lately.
Your neighborhood is spread.
Yeah. Well, I mean, back in the day, you usually hear that all the time because of snowbirds, heart attacks, car accidents, whatever.
During the winter, you would.
But now during the summer, it's like it's almost winter still. But you hear so many sirens.
But didn't you kind of anticipate that with the rain that the people are going to be
right? And you got more druggies around here nowadays.
Yeah,
probably more people living here, moving here, so more car accidents during the summer. So a lot of New York. I never seen so many New York license plates in the middle of summer in Florida. This part of Florida. A lot of New York plates.
New York, Michigan, Ohio.
Yeah, a lot of New York, though. I'm shocked. Maybe all New York City. All want to get out of that shell.
Well, they're tired of the taxes and tired of the whole political.
And I don't care if them coming down here. As long as they don't come down here and try to change this shit to Democrat.
Well, that's the problem. They come down here and they got their mindset to vote the same way. They screwed their own selves out.
And I'm from upstate New York. I never had a Democrat mindset all my life. I was a Reagan fan back when I was a kid in high school. I was in the military. I voted for Bush. I voted for Bob Dole. I'm a Republican through and through. I don't even like Democratic policies.
Well, I'm a covert Democrat.
You're like my mother. She's registered Democrat, but she votes Republican usually.
I usually vote for whoever is going to be the most American.
Yeah, she voted for Obama the first time, but then she realized probably within a few months, like most people who changed and voted for Obama, were like, wow, that was a big mistake.
Why would you let your white guilt?
Well, I wouldn't do it for white guilt. I was like,
that's like
I didn't know what the hell change he was talking about. I thought he changed.
Like I said, I whenever he talked about change, I questioned it. I wrote the St. Pete Times because they were talking about the article, and I said the problem is he talks about change. He constantly says change, 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 change. Well, you know what? Getting a new president is change.
Yeah.
What kind of change is he talking about? And I wrote that in the article and I posted it.
Right.
Because he never. Clarified it. And St. Pete Times turned around and deleted my comment because they were pro-Obama. They didn't want somebody questioning it.
Yeah, and that's just like.
And I wanted to believe Obama, what he said. I wanted to believe that he was saying the truth and all that because he spoke some good stuff.
Yeah.
But I kept seeing through it, and I kept saying, well, the establishment wants him in there. Everybody, all these companies want him there. Why is that?
Who did he run against the first time? I know McCain was the other time. Mitt Romney. Which one was first? Was it McCain he ran against first time, then Romney the second time?
McCain and
Sarah Palin.
Sarah Palin.
That was the first time. Then the second time was Romney, right?
Romney, and wasn't it Clinton too?
No. Clinton ran against. Clinton was originally when he became president was against him in the primaries, but she was on the lead and he took over. And, so she didn't come back till Trump was. She became the Secretary of State or whatever. But
Barney.
Yeah, I liked Sarah Palin actually, but she was as first. I don't know.
The problem with Sarah Palin is she came off being kind of silly.
Yeah.
Stupid, and she's not.
No, it's just that accent, Alaskan accent. Mitt Romney, I didn't care for at all.
No.
I think I might have voted. Not even voted that year. Yeah. I voted for Obama the first time, and then if Mitt Romney was the second one, I didn't even vote at all that year, I don't think. I was like,
And McCain, he everybody talks about what a hero he was and everything, but in reality, when you talk to when you hear the interviews with some of his fellow military
prisoners of war,
they all said that he was a turncoat.
Yeah, and most prisoners of war really aren't heroes. They're captured. I mean, what can you do? Unless you escape and you kill a bunch of them, then you're a hero to me. Yeah. But if you just sit there, I mean, granted, I feel sorry for you. You got captured and you're a prisoner of war, but that doesn't make you a hero, a Mac hero. Unless you do something heroic.
They called him hero and all that stuff.
If you try to escape.
And every one of his military and school, they said he was all for himself. He wasn't nothing about America or anything like that. He was a turncoat. He caused people to get hurt.
And he was in the Hanoi Hilton
and all that stuff. And so they consider him a traitor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same with John. What's that? John Kerry.
Yeah.
Another one.
John Kerry is a traitor. You know that.
Supposedly he was a hero on one of those boat things or whatever.
Oh, they're all heroes.
Yeah.
That's the way they get the political clout.
Yeah.
Look at JFK. Oh, he was a
now,
hero.
The one that's a hero, the one from Texas, the congressman.
JFK supposedly went down in that PT whatever.
PT 109.
Yeah. So he was a hero.
Yeah.
I bet you $1,000,001. They were out there. They jump in the water a little bit. Okay, boom, boom. All right, you're a hero.
They all got caught eventually, anyhow. But
Huh?
I think they get caught by the Japs, or
I don't know.
I can't remember. The other one there.
Which one you talking about?
The one congressman from Texas got the patch on his eye from Afghanistan or Iraq. Now he's a hero.
Oh yeah.
He lost an eye.
He lost an eye, and not only that, but he's pro-American no matter what.
Right.
He's wanting to vote American, not party.
Right.
That's the difference.
Oh.
You get somebody who is wanting to vote American, meaning for American rights, American protections,
The Constitution.
the Constitution.
Not trying to take the Constitution away.
Yeah, not trying to take your gun
Not
rights or
trying
your
to come up with
speech.
bullshit. Well, our forefathers didn't have AK or AR-15s to hunt deer. Well, the Second Amendment is not to hunt deer. It's to defend yourself against foreign and domestic.
Oppression
Yeah.
and enemies.
Right. So when the government comes trying to knock on our door and make us get cards and say we can travel because of some certain disease, we can say, fuck that.
Yeah.
Get my gun right here so I go wherever the fuck I want.
And that's the bad thing about it. You know, they turn around and try to take all this stuff away when in reality, you know, they're not voting American, they're voting for a party, or they're voting for their agenda,
Yeah.
their personal agenda that they were given by the powers that be that want to manipulate it.
Right.
And everybody thinks I'm crazy. But you know what? You want to think conspiracy and all that stuff. The problem is, when you see smoke here and here and here, and there's too many coincidences, and you're like, well, how could this be? You know, there's just too many. What are the odds of this happening?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what are the odds of them having military games during 9/11? Not just one, but everybody was on military games. Yeah, doing military games.
For air protection, someone attacking us from the air.
Yeah. Not only that, but all the rescue squads and all that stuff were out doing their own little thing too. Military, not military, but their own little practices and games and stuff like that. Sandy Hook and all that crap.
And I don't understand. New York City, pretty big fucking city. I know there's no air bases that are like right there.
Yeah.
But you think they should have a patrol 24/7 just because it's a big target, especially from
New York all the way down through Washington.
Yeah, especially from the 1992 World Trade Center attack and all the way down. You should have patrolling all day long going on. And why wouldn't you have they got a call from some fucking upstate New York. Hey, we need to get some scramblers down here right away. It'll take some fucking hour to get there.
Cracks you up, don't it?
Yeah.
There's too many coincidences that, I mean, in order for me to just blindly accept it.
Yeah.
That's my problem. I can't blindly accept that. I think for myself. I don't believe everything I hear, but I don't disbelieve it.
Right.
You know, I hold it in the back of my mind and I investigate. And if I find there's more weight on one side or the other, then that makes me think there's a problem.
Now, I do think a lot of conspiracy theorists said, oh, it was implosion from the inside, pancake. But you look at this building down in Miami, they pancaked.
It didn't pancake completely.
But
the center section went down like this, and then this section turned around and it was holding there, and then it rolled.
I know, it moved a little bit.
And then it rolled.
But they almost pancaked completely, you know, where
Which makes me think
if you take out the bottom supports, the shit's going to pancake, you know.
The bottom, if it's sinking and everything, it depends on which supports are sinking.
Right.
Those supports. See, the center of the building fell first.
Right.
The end was still standing.
Yeah, I don't know.
I
only saw the video a couple times. But even with the World Trade Center, you got a big hole fucking up on the 70th, 80th floor. All that weight sitting on top of that is going to come down. It's not.
Yeah, but with
rocket
the wind and
scientists.
everything as it's falling, you would think the wind would be pushing against the building.
Now, I understand. They
And
say,
being that the weights, the structure is already collapsing, you would think the breeze would cause it to fall further away.
Yeah, but that's a lot of heaviness. How's the breeze? The breeze can barely move you. How's it going to move a big building?
It moves those buildings.
Well, I know. They say, yeah, it sways. Feel like you're swaying a little bit. But when it's falling, in a free fall, how much is the wind going to blow it over, you know? You got 100 tons.
The only thing that makes me wonder about that is they said the security teams were called off down there.
Oh.
They allowed a special bunch of people to come in there to do work over the weekend before that happened.
Yeah.
And it was people they'd never seen before, and nobody was allowed to be in there during the weekend.
Right. And I understand. And when they say it's collapsing or smoke things coming out.
And the metal burns at a certain degree.
Right.
And that stuff has to burn really hot. And jet fuel only burned less than what it needed to melt the metal.
I know, Jim. What I really would like to see.
Thermite was used. They found thermite in there.
Some of the things were like.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
They found thermite.
Maybe it got so hot it snapped it. I don't know.
They did. They found thermite.
Here's how to prove it. Whether it's.
Then they cleared all that and made sure it went to the landfills and disappeared before they even investigate any of that
Well,
material.
here's how to prove it, but it would cost a lot of money to prove it, whether it's actual or not actual. Is to build 2 similar buildings, put all the office chairs and everything fucking in it, crash 2 fucking planes in the same similar spot, and see if the same fucking thing kind of happens.
Those buildings had been hit by planes before.
No, I don't think the World Trade Center has been hit by a plane. I know the Empire State Building has been hit, but it was a smaller World War II plane.
And those buildings, from the structural engineers and everything like that, they said they built it to withstand the impact.
Yeah, but a normal plane at that height, cruising through the city, is not going 600 miles an hour. It's probably going like 150, 200.
It doesn't matter.
Get ready to land or something.
It doesn't matter.
Those things were going 600 miles an hour.
They built it to withstand the impact. On top of that, you cannot burn when metal has to burn at this certain temperature, and your jet fuel burns at a lower temperature. That metal's not going to melt.
Right, but like I'm saying,
Yet they saw liquid metal.
the only way to prove it, for a fact, build 2 exact buildings.
You don't have to prove it. No, they had video of liquid metal.
I know. Well, it was hot in there. It was fire burned for a long time.
Yes, but it doesn't melt metal at the temperature it burns
Yeah,
at.
but all the other stuff that was on fire for so long. I don't know. I'm not an expert, are you?
I'm just telling you what the experts said.
I don't believe in experts. What about COVID-19? You don't believe in the experts about that.
These are the experts that are outside of the government influence that are saying that they built the building was supposed to withstand this, and this is simple
I know.
simple
all the theories.
science.
I know.
The simple science is, if this metal burns at 100 degrees, and I use a accelerant that burns at 80, it will never burn that to where it will melt.
I know that. That's the experts. But what I'm saying is the only way to really prove it to me, make 2 fucking buildings the same way.
Well, you're asking for us to spend billions of dollars.
I'll pay for that wall, and I'll pay for that. Not my tax money.
You can't even pay your rent.
I can pay my rent. I want to see.
How far gone is this video?
We're only at 28 minutes.
All right, we need to shut her down.
You've gone too far.
You've gone too far. I mean, when simple science doesn't work for you, I mean, that's pretty bad.
I'm not an expert, but I can't believe
Look. It doesn't take an expert to know.
Look.
If it burns at 100 degrees and melts it at 100 degrees,
Right.
and you got a fire on it that only reaches 80 degrees, it's never going to melt the metal.
But doesn't it take an expert to figure that out?
No.
So
I could do that test.
you got something.
I could turn around and say, okay, this metal is known to melt at this degree.
How are you gonna do that test?
If this metal is known to melt at 100 degrees, I'm going to get a fire going, and I'm going to get over 100 degrees.
100 degrees ain't hard to get.
Yeah. And if I can get 100 degrees, boom, boom, guess what? I'm going to try to melt the metal. And if it melts at 100 degrees, guess what? It'll melt.
My engine in my car is pretty fucking hot running all day sometimes.
Those
And I know
metals are not made
the experts probably say it shouldn't get that hot, but it does because it's been running all day. Into 90 degree feel like 100 in Florida.
Oh my God.
Probably hotter than it should be.
When do you follow experts?
I don't.
Okay, and why do you want to build 2 buildings?
I want to see it happen again and see if the same thing happens.
It was all projected plane. The original footage didn't even show planes hitting the buildings.
Original footage?
The original footage of people who had seen, so look at her. They didn't see anything go into the building.
Well, the only one that had the first building it was a French crew that was with the fire department.
The film that they had,
security film built from a building from far away, caught the first plane.
The first footage or whatever, when it got aired, it had already happened.
Well, yeah. But I'm talking about later, because they had a video camera. They didn't have live shit. Nothing. The live shit all happened with the second building, because
I don't know how we got onto this shit. I'm just saying, if there's too many unanswered questions, you should be questioning things.
If there's too many unanswered questions, there's going to be too many unanswered answers.
You should question it. And when you have things happening, like, okay, 33,000 emails disappear.
Hey, that happens.
She turns around and uses that bleach stuff on the hard drive.
She used bleach?
It's called bleach, the software
I hit my all
to erase everything. Sometimes. And she turns around and does all this stuff, and she thought, I thought I could have a server down in my basement. And
sometimes, oh my God.
Here's my whole thing about it, right? You deleted that. You knew better, because you were the vice president's, the president's wife. So you knew better from the begin with. You did that because you covered something up. I may not be able to prove it, but it's the truth, and you know it.
But then again, I have Yahoo Mail, and sometimes you hit that all button, and then you hit delete. You're like, I don't want to delete all of it. You just delete all your emails, all 300 or whatever. You're like, fuck.
But it's not technically deleted.
True, it's still
because you could probably get a hold of Yahoo, and they could probably reinstate it right away.
Yeah, you actually could reinstate it yourself, because you just go to your trash file. It's still there for so long.
Okay, there. See,
you can move it back. Yeah. So why did they can move her back? Where was it?
But what I'm getting at
is the
questions. You get too many questions. Too many questions. I asked, here she is. She does this stuff and everything. What are you trying to hide? What are you trying to hide? Why did you feel a need to delete it, even after you've been ordered to turn it over? What are you trying to hide?
Hey,
you knew what you were doing. You knew you could fall in that category, and then you play stupid. Well, it doesn't work, because you're not a real blonde. You're gray, and you're not good looking. You're ugly as sin, and you know what? All these people think that I'd fuck her. You're sick.
Ew.
You're sick.
I used to think that back in the 90s.
Yeah, you were sick.
Actually, well, I'm not really sick. I'm perverted.
No, you're sick.
I like to give it to her.
You're sick. You just want to beat her.
Punish her.
You're just wanting to whip her.
Tie her up.
Yeah. But then she just loved that, because that's what she's into.
I wouldn't do it now, though.
But she wants to do it to you, too, because that's what she does to Bill.
Well, we'll let her have Bill for that stuff.
No, she wants you and Bill together.
They say she's a lesbian, too. Bisexual.
She's everything. She's one of those satanic worshipers too.
Yeah.
She's and then the funniest thing about it is they all say it flat out that they follow the works of this person, and a known Satanist. And you follow the works of this person, and you think highly of them and everything. Well, okay, you think highly of a Satanist, right? Huh?
Yeah.
You think highly of a Satanist. What am I supposed to believe? An association of you thinking highly of a Satanist makes me think that you also kind of lean towards Satanist views.
Well, she follows George Soros, too.
Yeah.
She would
become family.
Yeah. Have a family?
Yeah, through her daughter.
Her daughter married a Soros, right?
Yeah. So my whole thing about it is, you go to a church that is known for saying down with fuck America, down with America, all these different things, and you expect me to believe that you are for America?
Who says down with America?
Obama's church
Obama's church, yeah.
Remember that?
Something
he goes, he doesn't know. I don't believe everything. Well, if you don't believe everything that he's saying, why are you a part of that church?
Right.
He's anti-American.
If I went to church, I don't go to
He's
church.
racist. He's anti-American, and he tries to invoke
I don't even go to
violence.
I don't even think.
And you go to the church.
I don't think he was born in Hawaii. I don't
You
know
hear me?
shit about that.
You go to the church. He wasn't. He wasn't born in Hawaii. He was born when they issued his birth certificate. It was at a time where they were saying, "Oh, anybody in here, sign up." Well,
and they didn't even produce his birth certificate until it was like last year in presidency.
That Sheriff Rapio, whatever his name like that, proved it was a forgery.
Yeah.
He proved it, and that's why he's not sheriff anymore. They ran him out.
Who's sheriff was that?
The Nevada sheriff, whatever, the one that made them wear pink suits.
They ran him out?
Yeah, they got him, tried to arrest him. Anyway, let's get on with this stuff. I'm done with the political shit, so stop it.
I like it. You're kind of funny.
Makes our videos sucky.
Yes.
I like funny.
Alright, we'll have to talk about sexual stuff.
Well, not just sexual stuff. There's other funny stuff other than sexual stuff.
Degrading women.
Huh? You want to degrade women?
That's usually funny when we start doing this.
Yeah.
Somehow we get back to Hillary Clinton when we do that.
I would like to just come up with a mishmash of stuff.
Yeah.
Let's do a mishmash.
If we got some viewers,
let's take some crazy thing and mix it with another thing and create our own thing.
Sounds good to me.
Let's do that. All right. Thanks for watching and subscribing. This fantabulous shag dog.
And the
fucking awesome jammer.
The finale.
We ask you to comment, subscribe, like, and share. Let us know if you get this in your area. Try it. Let us know what you think. Hey, let me know if you taste the flavor of corn in it.
Yeah. I like to thank the friendliest of the best friends, Jammer, for doing the beer review with me.
Yes.
He's been the best co-host for years. And it might be our last time doing it together. We don't know.
Oh, jeez. All right, move on.
Might be. All right, we'll see.
Why would
it
be?
It could be. Well,
you're trying to end it. That's what you're trying to do? You're going to move away to end it?
No.
I see how you are.
We can still
it's
do
never going to be the same as
actually,
right here.
It's still going to be good because we can get together once or twice a year. And still do it. I come down here once a year, you come up there once a year.
It never will be the same.
I probably won't stay up there long.
Once you're up there, you're up there.
Because most of the women are all white and fat.
That's how you are. Once you're up there.
I've been looking at the dating sites already.
Yeah, whatever.
No Hispanic women, hardly. Most of the women are white, fat Southerners.
See, but they don't know you up there. Oh, you ran dry over here.
So you're saying, like, clean
you will
slate.
stay up there for that.
Clean slate for a couple of years at least.
You can turn around and say you want me to spit in your eye, and nobody would know anything about it.
Yeah. They don't know all the old stories.
Yeah. They won't know anything about it.
No.
It'll be all new to them.
I don't think of that way.
Yeah.
No, but I'm not getting hits, though. They look at me, they're probably like, look at this wop.
All right. Wop Mick. Let's get on.
Mick, yeah. All right, let's go. Shag dog.
Why do they call them Micks?
I don't know, because the Scottish got the Mick Kinfries, Mick Clans, all
is that what
Mick
it is?
And
is that where it's derived from? Look it up.
Well, no, they do. The Scottish have all the
Mick, but whatever you look it up.
I think someone said, oh, these Irish, they got the Mick name. Oh, the Micks. And they got the Irish confused with the Scottish. That's what I think. I don't think we're going to find it anywhere.
All right, we'll find out and let you know in the next video. Thanks for watching. We'll see you. Take care.